So, hello everyone, and today is the second day about the live coding examples, live coding explanation, and basically what topic I choose. Okay, so the topics is basically it's decided by the audience. Means like I get in my DMs that the person tells ki okay, tomorrow you have to cover this topic. Just explain this topic. So for that reason, this live stream is for that, right? So basically here I just try to implement the practical logic into it. Okay. Yesterday on the evening session when we discussed about the nested loops, I've told you guys, I've told one thing, right? That two things is necessary whenever we are coding or whenever we are doing anything, right? For example, you are driving a car, right? You are driving a bike. So what are the two things most important in your bike or in your car? The first one is clutch. Without a clutch, car won't start. Without a clutch, bike won't start. If it start, it will not move ahead. Without a clutch, it's not gonna move 1 meter ahead as well. Without a clutch. So clutch is the most important thing. Second important thing is brake. You have a good clutch. Clutch is working. Your bike or car or anything is moving, right? But brake is the most important thing as well. If you don't have the brake, certainly you will meet with an accident. Okay, so the basics is clutch. Without basics, you can't start programming. So basics I teach in my evening live Zoom sessions, not on YouTube live. The live sessions is on Zoom, and the link for that particular Zoom meet is in my bio. So you guys can join the live Zoom meeting as well. And basically this live stream, okay, this live streaming is for the breaks. You know the basics, you start writing the code. So I don't want you guys to meet with an accident. Accident means you end up doing nothing. It's like you know the basics, you are doing only the basics, you are not learning any practical approach. So for that reason, in any programming, any coding, or anything, whether you are a full stack, whether you are a data science, whether you are a data engineer, whether you are a software developer, software engineer, whatever field where coding is required, two things is the most important thing. First is basics. Without basics, without fundamentals, without roots, you will not gonna stand still. Ultimately you will fall some or the other day. And the second most important thing is practical implementation, practical knowledge. Without practical knowledge, no company will hire you. Without practical knowledge, you will not gonna sustain further. Okay, so today what we are going to do, we are going to start with the functions. Basically functions in Python. We will try solving some of the questions using functions. Okay, so now let's start with the functions, and I will be sharing my screen. And yes, so just give me a second. Yeah, now you can see my screen. First I will open a spider here. And the second other thing, I will try writing functions questions in Python. W3 schools. And day I will write here. Uh, let's open a new file. It's very easy to create a new file in Spider. And why I suggest? Because it's a beginner friendly and you guys can just, with the help of variable explorer, help plots, you can understand the basics and it's for the beginner purpose. So I will write here day, not 23, basically day 24. Okay. So day 24, let me increase my size. And questions we will take from W3 schools. Okay. W3 resource. Now the very first, what we'll be doing, we will be finding the maximum of the three numbers. Okay, I will just copy paste it. And how to find the maximum of three numbers. Okay, so first what I will do, I will define a function using a keyword named def. I hope you guys know about def. In Python we declare a function, we assign a function like this. After that I will give a space and the function name would be anything. Okay, so let's take maximum, and inside this I will be passing three arguments. Again, these arguments are called positional arguments. Okay, and also the other name is formal arguments. So I'll write here. These are. I just want you guys to make the running notes while writing this. So A, B, C. These are the formal arguments, and basically the function have three types. Not three types. Three things, three basic steps inside a function is there. First is the function definition. This is the function definition. We are defining a function maximum, and within that we are passing three values, three parameters known as formal arguments. What is formal arguments? The arguments which is used in function definition is known as formal arguments. And after that I will put a colon here, and similarly my indentation will work. Okay, now what I will do, I will just define a variable name m is equal to 0. Okay, I am initially assigning a value, variable m named 0. Why we are doing this? We are doing this so that we can compare between these three values. It will be easy for us. For the ease of programming, we are doing such. There are various multiple ways to solve a program, but I am following this step. It's totally up to you guys. You can follow your step as per your convenience. Okay. So now what I will do, I will just check if a greater than b and a greater than c. If a is greater than b and also a is greater than c, then ultimately the maximum number is a. It's obvious. Now what I will do, I will check if elif if b greater than a and b greater than c, then what will happen? M is equal to b. Else m is c. Now what I will do? I will return my value. Return c. Sorry, not c, m. Whatever the value will be of m, whether it's been executing on the very first if condition or in the elif condition or in the else condition, my that particular value will be returning here, returning to this particular function. So the second step in functions is return. It's like we have to return the values. If we are using return time function, then we have to obviously return the values. Okay. Now what I will do, my function definition is over. Now I will call the function. And while calling the function, I have to make sure that I have to assign it into some variable, into some object. So let me create an object as d, and here I will call the function. And the process to call the function is same as I will write the function name as maximum, and within this function you can see three values I have to pass it. So for example, I am passing 10, then I'm passing 30, then I'm passing 5. And now what I have to do, I have to print d. So what happens whenever we are returning this value m, first it will go to this def maximum on the function definition. Then after that it will look where the function is called. So the function is called here, and where it is called? It is called in the variable d. For that reason I am writing here d. So if I will print it, you can see the value will be printed here 30. Okay. What if I don't want to use a variable d? So how can I use that? I can simply write here I can simply write print statement. Print statement and within print statement I will call the function. So it will work both the ways. to you which process you should follow. I'm getting the number. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. If you have any doubts, you can just comment it and I will solve it. Okay. Now we will move on to the next part. Our next question is sum all numbers in a list. Okay. So I want you guys to comment, write the code simultaneously with me, and just tell me what will be my first process. Obviously, it will be function definition, right? And again, in the function definition, I can write any name other than reserve word and keyword. The points which you guys would have remembered while we are declaring some variable, right? So you can write any name. For example, I will write number list, and here I am just passing a formal argument, name as L. Okay. Again, this argument will be of your choice. You can write L. Now let's move ahead. What I have to do? I have to sum all the numbers in the list. So here I will define a variable s is equal to 0, where I will be storing the sum. Now what I will do? I will try to run a loop for I in range, not range, for I in range. Then I will try implementing s is equal to s plus I. Why I am doing such? Because just assume this is a list, right? And list is iterable. So when I will do for I in L, the very first value of I will be 10. And what I am doing here, I am doing s is equal to s plus I. So basically, the initial value of s is 0. So I am doing 0 plus 10 and I am storing that value in s itself. So after my first value of I is equal to 10, my value of s will be 10. Similarly, when uh, my loop will execute in the other iteration, the value of I will be 30. Similarly, 10 plus 30. Why it's 10 plus 30? Because in the previous iteration we have seen that we are storing the values in s itself. 0 plus 10 it came 10. Then again 10 plus 30 it came 40. The value of s changed from 10 to 40. Now on the third iteration my value will be 5. And again I am doing s is equal to s plus 5. My new value of s is 40 and 40 plus 5 is equal to 45. So my value of s will be 45. After that what I will do? I will return the value. Return s. And here I will do in the print I have to call the function, right? So the third step will be calling the function. So how we would call the function? By simply writing the function name. I have written function name list, and within that I have to pass the parameters, the arguments. this argument is called formal argument, and this argument is called actual arguments, actual parameters, or positional arguments. So for example, this is a list, so I want to pass a list. So for example, I will passing 1 2 3 4 5. So if we will do the sum of this, it will come 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 3 6 plus 4 10 plus 5 15. So 15 get printed here, right? So now let's see here 15. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Multiply all the numbers in the list. Okay, so here what I will do, the very first step will be the function definition. And again, function definition can take any name upon your choice, right? So I will write multiply list, and here I will pass the formal argument, and again the formal argument will be of your choice. Any variable, any name you can take. So I am writing here m, and then I am giving a call, and then moving to the next step. Now I have to multiply the numbers. So I will write here p is equal to 1. Same way which I have stored s is equal to 0. Why I haven't stored p is equal to 0, I will explain in just second line why I haven't written that. So what I will do, for I, and then here I was adding the values. So similarly, instead of add, I will use multiply, right? And where I will multiply, in the same variable p is equal to p into I. So here you can see why I haven't taken p is equal to 0. Why? Because 0 into 0, 0 into anything will be 0. And every time my value of p will be 0, it will not increase. So for that reason I have taken here 0. I have taken here 1. So it will not affect. Anything multiplied by 1 is that number itself. So here you can see, for example, our list is 1 2 3 4 5. So on the very first value, our p is 1 and I is 1. So what it will get stored in p? It will be 1 into 1, 1. For the second value, it's 2. So I will be here again 2 and my p will be 1, because initially my p was 1 when we had did 1 into 1. So similarly 1 into 2 will be 2. My p value got updated to 2. Now again when my I value is 3, then my new p value will be 2 into 3, 6. Similarly, as this will go on, my I value will be 4, then p value will be, new p value will be 6 into 4, 24. Similarly, for the another step, it will be 24 into 5, 120. So now let's check whether 120 is coming or not. So the next step, I will be returning the value. What I have to return? I have to return p. Okay, now I will write print. I will call the function multiply, and here I will pass the list 1 2 3 4 5. Now let's execute it. Sorry, my name, my bad. I have to write here the function name. My function name was multiply list. Okay, so I have to write the complete name. You can see the value will be given. Our next question. Our next question is to reverse a string. Right? I will just copy paste the question here. And what I will do, I will use a function definition, and for that I have to write the keyword def, and then it's upon my wish, upon my, I can take any variable name. It's up to you. You can take any name. For example, I am taking string reverse. String reverse. Okay. Here again I have to pass one formal argument. So for example, I am using now variable e. Now what I will do, in the strings, you guys must have recalled the slicing part. How we can slice the string, right? If we want to reverse a certain string, what we have to do? We have to use negative indexing, right? So what I will do, I will just return e, and within e, I'm doing like this. Here you can recall the first value in slicing which we put is the start value, right? And after that we put a end value, and after that we give a step. So here the step will be -1. Why this key is not working? So let me try some here. Okay, so why I have used here -1? Because it will start from the right. I am reversing it. See, for example, our string is reverse. Okay, our string name is reverse. So look here carefully. We haven't written here anything, so by default it will start from R and it will go till E. Why? Because here also I haven't mentioned anything, so by default it will go till end. But one point I have to keep it in mind, that step I have written -1. -1 step means I have to start from decreasing order. Okay, I have to start it from decreasing order. For that reason I have written here -1. If I would have written 1, it would go like this, 1 2 3 step by step, but I am writing -1, so it will go from here. So I have used function definition, then return, then I will use function call, and also I have to print, and also I have to print that value as well, right? I have to print that value as well. So for that I will be using print statement, and the function will not work unless we call that function. So the function name was string reverse, and within it I will be passing my name, for example Avinash. Okay, so if I will execute it, you can see my string got reversed. Now let's move on to the next question. Factorial of a number. Okay, so what do you mean by factorial of a number? Factorial of a number means, for example, if you have to calculate the 3 factorial, so 3 factorial will be 1 into 2 into 3. This will be the factorial of a number. If we have to go till 5, then it will be till 5. So what you can recall, if instead of 5, if it will be n, this will go till n, right? So what is the basic behind it? To calculate the factorial of any number, we have to multiply with all the digits which is before that, including that number as well. Factorial of 100 will be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, like this, till 98 into 9, 99 into 900. Whole will be there. Factorial of 10 will be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 into 9 into 10, like this. If it will be, so the basic behind is this, which I have to. Okay. We will now start with the program. So first I will define a function, and then I will use fact, and I will pass a formal argument here, and then what I will do, I will assign a value here, f is equal to 1, and here I will do for I in range, I in range n plus 1. Why I am doing n plus 1? Because in range function our range will go till n minus 1, but right now I have said that to find factorial of a number, we should include that number itself, 5 itself. So if I would have written here only 5, my loop will go till 4, and I don't want that. And also one thing, I haven't given a start value here. By default, if I will not write anything, my start value will be 0, and anything multiplied by 0 will be 0. So I will give a start value 1, and end value n plus 1. Why n plus 1? Because we want to include that number itself also. Okay, now what I will do, I will do f is equal to f into I. It's the same thing which we were doing in this multiplying, when we were multiplying the list. See, we were multiplying each and everything, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. Here also we are doing the same thing. For example, n is equal to 5, so here also we are doing the same thing. For the very first value of I, it will be 1 into 1, then it will be 1 into 2, then it will be 1 into 3. So similarly like this. Now what I will do, I will return f, and then I will print, and I will print with the function call. sorry, here I have to give the number. For example, I want to give number 5, because you can see here 1 2 3 4 5. When we multiply all this number, we got a value 120. So similarly, the factorial of 5 will be 120, right? I have written here print, and then I have written here the function name as well. Now if I will execute this, you can see the value, it came 120, right? Now we will move on to the next question. Check the number falls within a given range. So here what I will do, I will define a function def and check range. Okay, here I will pass two values. One value will be the number which I have to check, and another value will be range. So for example, the range is between 10 to 20, right? So I will write here upper limit, sorry, lower limit, and then I will write upper limit, right? Because the range, what it means, I have to check if that person is between this range or not. So for that particular thing, I should know a lower limit, I should know a upper limit. For example, if I want to check that whether 50 lies between 10 to 100 or not, so 10 is the lower limit, 100 is the upper limit. We are defining that. For that reason, I have taken here two variables as lower and upper. Now I will move ahead. I will use a loop for I in range lower limit, comma, upper limit. My loop will go till from upper limit, from lower limit till upper limit, right? And what I will check, if a equal to I, if a is equal to I will return a. Okay, or I will return I. Else return no value from. Here I will write value found at okay, and here I will print print, then function call check range, and within check range I will put 3, and range I will put 1 comma 10, 18. Now let's try. Okay, if we found the number, what we will do, we will return the value and we will use break so that my loop will not execute this part. Why it's